very simple idea. I wanted to kind of make that indie pop, kind of bedroom pop type of music, like Arc du Soleil, Stella, and Khruangbin. But I only have samples and synths. So let's try to kind of work our way around that. So I have this synth right here, kind of a very organ type from the microKORG. Now the thing about this kind of I guess I'm not sure what to call it, like indie pop, I guess, is that there is a lot of instrument, like real instrument, and I'm not sure I will be able to kind of substitute those with just samples, but let's try. Okay, so I got my chord. Let me just try to record this. So just 2 chord progression, just kind of trying to simplify things. So that kind of goes again and again. But my goal is to kind of add different sounds to it. One thing I'll recommend, I don't know if this is like common practice, but whenever I try to kind of add something on a synth or add something from a synth, I always try to name the track as the synth and the preset, or at least the preset that I built. Right now this is microKORG A11. That's A11. So you always kind of forget what you played when you use kind of MIDI. I don't know if that's common tip, but that's a tip if it's not. The next thing is perhaps adding some drums, because I can't really see things outside of this. This is the first thing that I heard when I was kind of playing with the microKORG, but maybe drums is next. So I have this drum in my drum designer in Logic. So that kind of gives that vibe of acoustic drum. I don't have an acoustic drum. As I said, it's only sample. So let's see. But first, let me record this, because I like this, but I don't want to keep on playing with the MIDI, so I'm just going to record this as an audio. Let's try to add some effects, like I got my effects pedal, and then let's see. So right now I have a delay and a reverb. What about if we put an ensemble? And then I'm just kind of measuring the wet level on the mixer. Okay, so I'll record this. Alright, so on the snare I added an EQ and then a preamp from Arturia's own kind of a air analog preamp, and then I added a compressor just to kind of have the snare, I guess, sounds a little bit better. It kind of comes together really nice. Should we have distortion? Maybe later. But there is one thing that I don't, the kick. I don't know if it's maybe just like the acoustic kick, but I'm not really liking the. Let me try to find another kick. So I have this as my kick. I think this sounds the best, and let's hear it. So on the kick I added the same preamp, the Arturia preamp, so it kind of makes it kind of more airy, I guess, since I don't have like an acoustic kick. I think that adds that kind of like air to the kick a little bit. But I think we're somewhere with this. Let's try to find some other sounds. So I have this preset. I think that gives like that synth vibe again. Let's remove some of the effects. Kind of gives that kind of flute-ish sound. So of course, I added some EQs and sidechain to kind of hear the kick a little bit more on these synths, so it will sound, I guess, like this. Now at this point, I think it will be great to have some guitars, like guitar bass or even electric guitar, because on those kind of vibe, there is a lot of like acoustic elements or even electric guitars. I don't have neither. It would be great though. I would like to get a guitar bass at some point, but I don't know what to get, so yeah. Still looking on how to pick the right guitar bass. But for the time being, I think Alchemy has some cool guitar sample synth. So I have this. That kind of reflects that vibe. I really like this. So same chords. Yeah, need a guitar, man. This is not very good. But so far this does well. There is this thing in this guitar that is kind of cool. There's like an effects that is already there, like delay and reverb. Next, I want that kind of big synth, like Juno synth, because you know, can never really complete anything, I guess, with a Juno sound with the opening filter. And then of course same chords I will play with the mod wheel, and let's record this with some effects. So little sidechain here and there, EQ removing the low end and stuff like this. Let me add this kind of so one thing is missing is bass. I'm severely lacking in low end, but where to find the bass is a kind of a strange question. Let's try Spitfire audio. Trying to kind of figure out a good bass line, I guess. So I'll try to keep the bass very simple. Yeah, this is the bass. The bass is kind of cool, very simple, I think. So what I'm missing is some sort of a string. So I got Arturia's lab. It's a pretty dope plugin. I think they have like a bunch of strings here. So one thing I really like lately is adding distortion on the master. I don't know if people add distortion on their masters, but I found it pretty cool. So I added this distortion. And then let's try to add other things. Alright, so this is my beat. This is kind of, I guess, a recreation of that kind of vibe. There is some part that I'm not too sure about, and I think overall the drums I think are pretty cool. The guitar, I do need some actual electric guitars, like guitar bass as well, but overall I think there is an interesting vibe here. So it will start like this.